Peace. Today, I want to talk about some of the things that take us, believers, down the path of hypocrisy. Um, I'm going to use myself as the example because since maybe October of this past year, 2015, I've been noticing quite a few brothers and sisters going down the path that leads one to what we call hypocrisy. I know that path because I have started on that path on three different occasions. One, the first occasion was, I want to say, around 2007. I believe the minister, I think it was 2007 when the minister gave the Savior's Day address on the God's Eye War. And in that address, he gave certain praises to Barack Obama. Now, this really shook me at my foundation because everything I have learned from the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad um, conditioned me mentally to see those who occupy the White House as an enemy to the black man and woman. And I didn't see Barack Obama as any different. In fact, I saw Barack Obama, and I still see Barack Obama as a man who was selected before he was elected to put black people back to sleep. If you recall, around 2006 and 2007, man, black people were turning up. We was really getting ready to make major moves, you know, and out of nowhere appeared this handsome young man with a beautiful family that we later fell in love with, speaking about change you can believe in, and things of that nature. I said, oh, so this enemy is going to give us a black man to put us back to sleep. Did it work? Absolutely. But when I heard the minister saying certain things to praise Barack Obama, it made me question the minister. But I remember in a address the minister gave us, I believe in 1993, when he was speaking at Mos Mariam on the topic of Malcolm X. 28 years later, what really happened? Y'all should go and pull that up. Around that time, the minister started teaching us to study Brother Malcolm, not just the speeches and the great things he done that made us love him, but study what he done when he became dissatisfied. Study. And I would ask you all to do that today. Study Brother Malcolm when he went through his trial, when his faith was tested, and how he handled um, that dissatisfaction. So I recall that. I recall the minister giving us those instructions. So rather than lash out, I fell back. I stopped going to the mosque for a while. Um, and later, I grew to understand that his praising of Barack Obama was not what I saw it to be. Basically, and if you look at the minister's track record, he does not make a habit of beating up on black people. He's a superb example of brotherly love. Even though Barack Obama condemned him when Hillary Clinton, that white witch that a lot of you Negroes are preparing to go vote for, made him denounce that brother. You know, that hurt the minister. But he didn't lash out against Barack Obama because not only, well, for two reasons. One reason is because black people fell in love with Barack Obama. They was in love with the idea. Black people, we've been conditioned to want what the white man offers us as a solution. So if he offers us education as a solution, we fell in love with that. Did it work? You know, if he offered us integration as a solution, we fell in love with the idea. Did it work? If he offers us the White House in politics as a solution to our problems, we fall in love with it. And when he put a black man on it, man, we began as black people to see Barack Obama as if he was Jesus. He was the new Messiah in black America. So if he would have lashed out against Barack Obama and spoke certain truths at that time about Barack Obama, it could have potentially had a severe backlash on his work and his work on trying to get black people where we need to be to move forward. I didn't understand that when I first watched that Savior's Day address, and I watched it many times afterwards. For a long while, I didn't get that. But I'm glad I took his advice to study Brother Malcolm, and rather than lash out, I held my tongue. I fell back. The second time was, I want to say 2010, when Dianetics was being introduced to the Nation of Islam. For those of you who do not know, Dianetics is a study on the brain introduced by the Church of Scientology founder Ron L. Hubbard. Um, when I first heard of this, I was shocked, like the rest of you in the conscious community. But I went out. Um, in fact, I was at the Mosque 24, the first time that some of the members of Scientology came out to to show us how to go about doing the audits. And me and Brother Ahmad, we were paired up, and he audited me. Well, first I audited him, and after I did an audit on him, we changed seats, and he did an audit on me. And I woke up. I mean, I wasn't asleep, but in that process, when you're going through an audit, you have your eyes closed. And when I opened my eyes, it was a white man sitting beside Brother Ahmad. I didn't know the white man was there, and I'm telling all my secrets and stuff, and I open my eyes, and here's a cracker sitting beside my brother, and it really messed with me. I didn't tell Brother Ahmad that, but it really messed with me, man. I mean, that whole experience is something that freaked me completely out. And I said, you know what, man, the minister, he lost it with this Scientology thing, man. I mean, what the hell we need with Scientology, and we got the Department of Supreme Wisdom. That was my defense, and it's a good defense. But I fell back. I didn't latch out. I didn't go to social media and begin to attack the theology of the Nation of Islam and the representation of the Nation of Islam. I employed his warning to us to study Brother Malcolm. Last, and I mean, well, before I go to the last time, and in time, I grew to understand that even though the Department of Supreme Wisdom would inform us and get us where we need to be, there are things psychologically that prevents us from fully appreciating and maturing in the Department of Supreme Wisdom, and that's where Dianetics come in. It's a science that would enable you to go back into your childhood and find the root cause to some of your current behaviors that you never pay attention to. I'm not gonna go too far into that, but look into that. That's something that's beneficial to some of us. If you don't need it, don't apply. But if you notice that you have some issues with how you deal with people, and you don't quite know why, you might want to look into Dianetics. Okay. Lastly, when I went into business for myself, a minister that I had a great deal of respect for, I still got a great deal of respect for. But basically, in my line of business, I needed a conversor. I needed someone to sign a piece of paper that states that if I was to prepare something from raw, cook something that's raw, they give me permission to use their facility. It does not obligate them or make them responsible for anything. Just saying that okay, he has a place he can go if he has some raw items that he needs to cook. That's it. If I poison the whole city that I lived in, it would never come back or fall back on that person. So I took this to my local minister. I said, I'm going door to door, knocking on these church doors, begging people to give me a conversor, and it's very difficult to get black people to support black people. And I'm getting doors slammed out the door slammed in my face. So I go to my minister, and he give me a flat out no and hangs the phone up in my face. And I text the minister, and I said, this particular minister, and I said, brother, I never asked you why you told me no. That's not my place. But is it something I've done? This is a man that I supported for many years. It's a man, like I told you, I really looked up to, and I look up to in many ways to this day. He never responded. Now, that hurt me on a whole nother level. It made me question the sincerity in this brotherhood that I'm prepared to die for. You know, it really made me questioning, was I in love with the right type of brotherhood? Or am I in love with something where if you're popular, if you got a little money, you got a little position, you got the backing of the brothers and sisters, but when you on your butt, your brothers and sisters turn their back to you. Now that's a whole nother topic, and we gonna talk about that. So it really made me question a lot about the body of Islam. And that was my closest time ever to really going on full blast, and I was taking steps in that direction. I was preparing myself to go at whoever came at me out of that particular city. That's how hurt I was. That's the type. It's like a betrayal. So I understood some of what Malcolm experienced. When brothers that you would lay your life down for begin to spit on you, I understood Malcolm better than I ever understood him before. But one brother, um, brother Jamil, he inboxed me and basically gave me some strong counsel, not in a threatening way or anything like that, but in a real brotherly way. And his words made me pull back, and I swallowed that situation. And it took me years to get through that. And I have not been to the mosque since because of that. But I'm not lashing out with that particular minister, and I don't have any issues with that particular fold. If any way I can support that particular fold, I would do so. If I can support that particular minister, I still would do so. But what I'm basically doing, I'm giving you examples of how we are tried. The Holy Quran says that's Allah comes between a man and his heart. His passions, that's how we are tried. Now, we are going through great trials right now as a nation. How we respond to those trials means the difference of life and death, literally, life and death, because we don't have a lot of time left. I'm trying to speak very clearly. They have already stepped up their attacks on the black nation. If you twerking, you blunt it out of your mind and you lick it up, you're not paying attention. It's about to go down, man. It's about to go down. We are being tried right now. Do not allow any situation, man, woman, whether they're in the nation, outside the nation, I don't give a damn who it is, do not allow anybody to take you away from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his principal student, and I miss the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in this album. Study Brother Malcolm and how he responded to his trial, and you do the opposite. Peace.